Cruise control. What's going on YouTube? Yamayati, welcome to the channel. And in today's episode, guys, I'm going to be comparing my 2021 Yamaha MT09 Base model to my new 2022 Yamaha SP. What are the differences? What are the things that I like? And the overall comparison jumping from a base model to an MT09 SP. If you guys want, stick around, stay tuned, and enjoy.
If any of this content interests you, do me a huge favor. Don't forget to hit the like button. If you want, go ahead and subscribe to the channel and hit the bell notification to be notified of all new uploads.
Well guys, right off the rip, I'm going to show you one of the first features on why I was so tempted to switch over, and I did, and it is the cruise control. You just selectly hit this little button that turns it on, and then you hit set, and boom, you see that little orange light or the green light that comes on that says set? That's it. Now I'm riding in cruise control. And guys, I know that that's not a big of a deal to a lot of people, but for me especially, I've been taking out the MT09 since I purchased it on further rides. And guys, there's times where my hand just hurt from hitting the throttle, and with the built-in cruise control on the SP, that was one of the bigger features to have me convert over. And I know in previous videos I would say like, hey, you know, I don't need it, it's not that big of a deal to me. But guys, since I've been falling in love with the 2021 MT09 and the 3rd gen platform, I really wanted to have all the bells and whistles that I could. So as you guys know, I got rid of my R1 to get this SP, and this is one of the main reasons why I wanted the cruise control. Since I'm doing longer rides, I want to be able to have my right hand more comfortable, let it rest, let it relax, and enjoy some cruise control at the same time. Now to turn off the cruise control, you can just tap the brake and bam, it disabled. So it's a pretty sweet feature, and I'm loving it so far. My first day I went to try it, after doing all the upgrades, I realized that my cruise control was not working, and I switched out my stock levers for these Womit Techs. Well, on this clutch side, the Womit Tech has a little lever that pushes in a little plunger that's basically like a sensor. I think it's for the clutch when you start it up in first gear or whatever, you know, that you don't push the clutch in, it won't let you start it. But it's a 2 position, and then the second position, which it's like if you push that little plunger and it has like 2 clicks. One is for the neutral safety feature that the bike comes with, and the second one is to activate the cruise control. So the very first ride, I go with my buddy Jimmy. I'm like, man, can't wait to enjoy this cruise control. It wouldn't work. So after messing with it, looking at it, I finally figured it out. I was able to just put like a spacer in between so that way it'll make contact with the plunger that's here, and now the cruise control is working. Oh no, this trail's gonna take forever. Check out that little armadillo. 3 hours later. Alright guys, the main reason I switched from the base model to the SP, for me personally, was the suspension. Guys, I'm a pretty heavy guy. I'm around 220 pounds of dynamite, and you know, us big boys need a little bit more support. And even though that the MT09 base model suspension was decent and it was good, at times for me personally, I felt it very mushy. I felt it very like soft, and it is somewhat adjustable, but not really, guys. And I tried and tried, and I thought, you know, maybe I'll just get better suspension, I'll do upgrade, I'll have some content for the channel, this and that. But guys, the MT09 SP already comes with really amazing suspension. I mean, it has full adjustable KYB front suspension. Guys, you could adjust it from the bottom. There's a little gold notch on the bottom of the fork. I don't really know what it does, but I know that this suspension in the front is fully adjustable. With that being said, I really need to get with somebody and have like a fit and really have them dial in the suspension to my body weight. And then of course, guys, you got the rear Öhlins fully adjustable suspension as well. Guys, the Öhlins suspension on the back right away was a big noticeable difference. So as soon as I jumped on the bike, I noticed that the suspension right off the rip was completely different, and I expressed that in my pickup video. It just feels so much more different. It's kind of hard to explain, but because of that front suspension and the rear suspension is just constantly like making minor adjustments as you ride with the preload and all that stuff, guys, the suspension on this thing makes the transition and the reason why I switched over so much more better. So one of the main reasons why I switched over, guys, was due to the suspension, because the more I read about it, the more I talked to MT09 SP owners, the more I thought, man, I should really look into getting the SP model, because I really feel that the SP, at least for me in that aspect, with the suspension, was going to do me justice and actually make riding the MT09 a lot more better. So with the cruise control, with the suspension, that is the main reasons why I switched to the SP. Not only that, guys, but I think the third reason why I wanted to switch to the SP was because I'm a true believer in the MT09 platform. And honestly, to me personally, it is the best bike for me. It does everything I want it to do. It's got the power that I'm looking for, got the torque that I'm looking for, and now with the suspension and everything the way it's done, now it rides the way I want it to ride. Guys, with that being said, this is why I switched from the base model to the SP, guys. The suspension on this thing is amazing. The performance is a lot more intuitive because it feels like you're more connected to the road and to the bike because of the way the suspension feels. The cruise control was another big factor, guys, and the SP is the best of the best. And since I really truly believe in the MT09 platform, and I truly believe that this is the best bike for me, Yamaha personally, I feel that this bike has everything that I want. The R1 was cool, and guys, it looked beautiful, but it was just like too much bike. It was just a bike that I could just say like, yeah, I have this beautiful R1, but guys, I never rode that bike too aggressive. And especially this year since I bought the MT09, it's just been sitting, guys. Why? Because I truly enjoy riding this bike a lot more than the R1. Not to mention, guys, that the actual paint scheme of the bike is a lot nicer, and I really feel like the quality of the paint job is a lot nicer on this bike. Like if you go look at a base model up close versus the SPs up close, I feel like the finish is just a little bit glossier or a little more refined. I feel like the paint itself, the color schemes are a little nicer, and obviously, guys, with the gold forks, it just makes the bike look so much nicer from a distance with the black and blue. So now that I put all my parts from the base model over to the SP, which I have a video, you guys can check that out as well, this bike looks absolutely stunning in person. And guys, when I had the vision for my MT09, I really was basing it off of an SP, thinking that hopefully one day I could find one and then maybe possibly switch my parts over later, and that's basically what happened. And I really believe that's why most of my parts complement this bike a lot, because I was constantly building it with that in mind, that man, maybe one day I'll get an SP and I can swap these parts over, and it happened. So now that I have it and it looks so nice, guys, man, I've gotten a lot of compliments, and I thank you all for the compliments on the bike. And man, I'm just really enjoying this MT09, especially this SP edition. So those are some of the reasons why I switched over. Those are some of the things that I like about the bike, and those are some of the comparisons, guys. So thanks for checking out the channel. Thanks for supporting me and liking the content and giving me thumbs up. And guys, as always, man, be blessed, ride safe, take it easy on them filthy streets. And remember, you got to work on Monday. Peace.